So we'll just kind of talk through. First you have the monitor and then you have your outpost. And so the monitor is what's actually displaying the information that's being transmitted from the insulin pump and from the sensor. And then the outpost actually can be used in a different room. So as you probably are already kind of familiar with the product, you'll have the monitor and that can be on the bedside, maybe of a parent who is monitoring their child that has diabetes. And that outpost will go in that child's room or in another person's room that's further away, so it can actually transmit to the monitor and from the pump. Okay, so that will work. This will work if it's pretty close, and so I mean if you're in the same room, you'll usually be able to get the monitor sending information to directly from the pump. And then if you're using the outpost, you'd want to use that if you're in a different room or if you're monitoring someone else in another room, or maybe if you're downstairs.
So it's like an amplifier?
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. So basically what it does is it amplifies the signal and then sends it so that it'll be received by the monitor. So as you can see, this is the home screen that we're currently on right now, and so what that does is that displays the sensor glucose value, and so using the sensor is really important with the mySentry because that's how you're going to get the most value, is to be able to see those sensor glucose readings, as you guys are all aware. So this will show your sensor glucose, and that's transmitted every 5 to 7 minutes as it's being read by the sensor. And so that's transmitted to the monitor. And so as I said, this is your home screen, and you have a couple of things you can personalize on here too. You can personalize the image of the person being monitored, and then also put their initials. So say you had multiple people in your household that needed mySentries, or that you had mySentries. You could personalize to different likenesses. So you have this person and that person. You can actually personalize their initials as well, so that way then you can say, oh, this is that person's and this is so-and-so's. Yes.
Is it currently capable of listening to 2 different people with 2 different sensors? I thought currently it was one.
It's a one-to-one, so it's one pump to one monitor. What you can do is say you only have one mySentry and you have 2 people in your household that have diabetes. What you can do is you can say, maybe I'll monitor this person for 1 day or a couple days, and then you can switch it and then link it to that other pump and then monitor another person for a couple days. But it's only one-to-one at one time.
Do you think that'll change?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's something.
Easy to change.
Yeah, it is something that's very easy to change, and I think Lane will probably speak a lot about this in his talk. But it's something that we have heard as feedback, and so we are looking at those kind of things and seeing how we can then incorporate all of the feedback for future generation products.
Like our friend who's not here has got
Mary.
3. So.
Absolutely, yes, definitely.
I thought I had it bad too.
Definitely, Mary has 3. So she's someone who we think about that, and whenever we hear feedback from her on just, what's she thinking about the product, and giving us that real feedback so we can then incorporate that for the future. You have here which is showing all the things that are going to be monitored by the pump. And so you'll have the battery life, which it shows what's going on with your battery life. Where are you? And it also shows these in green, yellow, and red. So you can say green is good. You can look at it. Yellow, you're kind of in that halfway point, midway through. And then red, you're getting low. So you know that maybe you need to change the battery. Maybe you're running low on insulin. So then you're going to have to fill it. You're going to have to change your reset and then put more insulin in. Additionally here, this is also the signal. So what this is showing the signal of the pump and how it's transmitting to the mySentry, and so that's to the entire system. Is everyone good so far?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, definitely. So as you can see, this is showing a 58 right now, and it's showing a double down arrow. So it's showing that this person is dropping pretty quickly, and we should get an alarm here pretty soon. So now we'll go over to the sensor information that it's going to show. This first one, what it will actually show is it'll show the hours until your next calibration, and that also goes in colors of green, yellow, and red. So it'll go and it'll say, okay, we have 4 hours until that next sensor calibration is due. So this can be really helpful, especially at night. Say if you're, I want to make sure that I calibrate before bed because I don't want to get an alarm in the middle of the night. Because who wants that? I don't want to wake up. And then you can say also here, you'll see how many days until you have to change your sensor. So it'll actually say, okay, you have 1 day left, 2 days, and it'll even go down to hours. So it'll say, okay, this many hours until you need to change that sensor out.
What if you don't change your sensor? I know that.
Hypothetically.
You want to stretch that sensor.
So hypothetically, if you